What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode number 35 of the Infinity Flux Letters page. I'm Matt.
I'm Andy.
And this is our bi-weekly live show where we just kind of talk about whatever we want to talk about in the world of comic books. It's the digital version of hanging out with your buddies at the local comic shop every Wednesday. Although we were a week off because you were out of town last week, so we had to postpone this.
Our whole schedule has been shifted now.
It actually kind of works out because we wouldn't have been able to do it next Friday or next Wednesday. So it kind of worked out. Grizzlebees, how you doing? Happy holidays. Pete Patron, we're here. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. Easy Reader, how's it going? We are on the eve of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is tomorrow for all those who celebrate. And I think everybody in the U.S. Is there anybody who doesn't celebrate? Any U.S. citizen, I guess, or any American, I guess.
Celebrating probably to different degrees.
Right.
It kind of happens whether you like it or not.
I really want deviled eggs. I hope you get some either tonight or tomorrow. I hope, when you wake up on Thanksgiving morning, there's a package under the turkey for you.
Just a stinking pile of deviled eggs that have been there just open all night.
Yeah. Oh, man. So let me do one thing real quick, and then we can start.
I know you're going to ask me what my pick of the week is.
Yeah.
Because that's a thing you like to do, and I always forget. So I'm going to... Oh, what?
There we go. Like this. Matt and Andy, do you guys normally collect A covers or ones that pique your interest from particular artists? I just get whatever is cool. I try not to get multiple covers of the same book, although I failed on that with my Absolute Batman 15 pre-order. Yeah. But I just get whichever cover looks cool. With DC, I try to do A covers because they're $1 less. The D covers, the variants are more.
Yeah.
But I just get whatever.
Yeah, like I'll show for the DCKO, main event, I've just been getting all the Daniel Warren Johnson covers. So I've went through and just, anytime one's up for pre-order, I'm just like, I'm going to get that one of this. If there's another one I want, I might go in for that. If there's a particular artist doing a cover that I really like, I'll go with that one. My string of comics, whatever, you look under Green Lantern, it's a couple of A covers and here's a different cover here, and then back to so I'll either swap out A for another one, or if I'm feeling saucy, I'll get the A and the other cover. But for the most part, I get one or the other.
Yep, it's just whatever looks cool for me. I don't really, and I'm not stuck one way or the other. Although I do, if I get like a connecting cover for one book, I feel like I have to do the connecting of the other ones too.
Oh yeah.
So every now and then I feel like I am drawn one way, but by and large, it's just whatever looks the coolest. Was that was your pick of the week?
Was that my pick of the week?
What was that? DCKO number 2?
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. There was quite a few good things this week. Of course, like Absolute Batman is a big one.
Oh yeah. Wait, that's this. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We read it on Friday, so I thought it was last week. Yeah, my bad.
I would probably say DCKO number 2. I just think that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I like seeing all of the weird matchups of certain characters getting certain powerful items from the DC universe and what that means.
I think probably Absolute Batman's probably my pick of the week, but just narrowly followed by DCKO number 2 and Infernal Hulk number 1. That book was I thought that was awesome. Yeah, it's just nothing but just weird looking Hulk smashing tanks. But I'm a simple man, and that's all I really need. Let's see, we got a couple of comments real quick. Do y'all still have the Deadpool and Batman comics?
Yeah, we still have Deadpool, Batman, and Batman Deadpool.
Nice. Okay.
So just head over to infinityflux.net. They're all up there.
Mm-hmm. I spoke with Amelia from the store yesterday. I gave you guys a shout out, received my polls, and had to let you guys know the packaging. So that was me. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So actually, she did pass that message on to Andy, who relayed that message to me.
Yep.
And so thank you very much. I'm glad that your package came packaged well and securely and no damage or anything, and hopefully it was on time and everything like that. Amelia's awesome. Amelia is one of our team who works on putting stuff together for mail orders.
She's over
like
all of the online stuff. So it's unlike when someone says, "Tell your mom I said hi," and you're like, "Yeah, I will," and you never do. Messages around here actually do get to where they're supposed to go.
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, we got the message, and thank you very much. It means a lot to us. I like the Dan Panosian cover. Yeah, Dan Panosian. It's like Scotty Young. Like we have some folks here who always get Scotty Young covers for whatever it is. You know, whether it's a book they're buying or a book they're not. If there's a Scotty Young cover, they will get it, and I get it. Scotty Young covers are great. I've gotten a few of them. I like the ones that are almost like little single panel comic strips, you know, instead of just like an image.
The one coming up for Ultimate Endgame #1, where they're like, it's like Spider-Man and someone talking on a roof and so they're looking at the dome. I remember that one was really good.
Yeah. Oh, good question. What is the best Guardians of the Galaxy comic to start with? So I would actually recommend going back to the Abnett and Lanning, Dan Abnett. Wait, is it? Yeah, Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning run from 2008. It's just Guardians of the Galaxy #1 from 2008. It came right after the Annihilation event was done. That was before Conquest, right?
I get all those because they all kind of go
it all
together.
Happened all at once. Yeah,
but yeah, that's where your modern version of the Guardians started. I would even say I really like the Drax miniseries that came right before that.
Yeah.
So if you want something to kind of ease into that, there is a Drax miniseries where you learn how Drax went from looking what he does in like Infinity Gauntlet, where he's got the purple and the skull.
I like that Drax. So yeah, because Drax used to kind of look like he was this big, like Hulk-looking guy. He was green with a purple cowl and a purple cape.
Yeah. And this is where you see where he turned into the Drax that you know from like the movie and stuff. That's really good. And then that goes, that leads into the Annihilation event. But what does end up happening is he joins the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Any of that stuff I would recommend.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Abnett Lanning runs of all of that, from Nova to the main Annihilation event. Super Skrull had a mini series.
Yeah. Nova had one. Silver Surfer had one. I can't remember. Because I was just reading some of it the other day. I don't remember who all had one, but and they're actually sort of in the brand new Nova Centurion series. They're actually calling back to some of that Annihilation stuff now, which is pretty cool too. So 2008 Guardians of the Galaxy #1. Because before that, the Guardians of the Galaxy looked way different than what you're used to from the movies. Yondu was in it, but you also had like Vance Astro and I don't even remember all the other guys. So, but it's that 2008 series that gave us what we know now as
later around the time of the movies. Bendis relaunched it.
Yeah,
that's where Iron Man was a member of it. That's pretty good if you want a very like close to movie stylings for it. It was pretty good. I won't say like it was amazing. I actually liked it when like Kitty Pryde joined the Guardians. I thought that was kind of interesting.
There was a run where Agent Venom was part of it for a while. Yeah, but that's years after the 2008 one.
I would go back to the 2008 one, and I don't know. It feels, they're not trying to tie it in with the look or the feel of the movie, so it's kind of just like raw Guardians, and it's really cool. A lot of great cosmic Marvel stuff is set up in that.
Yeah. What are you most excited for next week? What did we just look at? The next Batman,
Ultimate Universe
2 years in. Yeah.
I'm really interested in seeing that. I'm really interested because from what it looks like, the Ultimate Universe is ending. I'm interested in just seeing like, what are they trying to do right here at the end?
Yeah.
What are they trying to introduce? Is it going to have any payoff? What is all of this? So doing this 2 years in book, a few months before the entire line is over is like, okay, are you going to tease anything? Are you going to do whatever?
Are there going to be any hints in there about, maybe it's not ending? Probably not, but probably that one. I think DC has, so next week actually is the Superman versus Captain Atom book. And we read that a few weeks ago, and that book is awesome. It gets a little high concept near the end, but it's a lot of action. The artwork from Sean Isaacs is great. So that is the first. Yeah, that's the first.
That's round one.
Yeah, that's round one of the All Fight Month books for the DCKO event, and that's really, really good.
Is there any other of those?
Not next week, but I think there's two. I think the Wonder Woman Lobo and Aquaman one is the week after.
Is Aquaman round 2, and then Wonder Woman's, I think, round 3.
or vice versa. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So
I think both of those come out the next week, but next week is just Superman.
Well, it's a good one to kick it off with.
Yeah.
You get a good idea of what to expect with the fight month with that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And then just Batman #5, which, Batman is always a good time. There was one
and we haven't read that one yet. So
yeah, right.
Exciting.
And DCKO Night Fight #2.
Oh, yeah.
Is next week as well. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to all the DCKO stuff. I am riding high on all that stuff. So, definitely looking forward to those. The Marvel stuff, we're on the Marvel stuff next week is the first batch of #3 issues in the Age of Revelation event. So we're on the home stretch on those, I guess. TikTok, I really love what they've done with Superman versus Captain Atom. Yeah, that was really cool. What's up, Selena? How you doing? Nate Boy, I see Nate Boy on TikTok wanting to talking about Absolute Batman again. The Absolute Batman came out today, so it's a good day for Nate Boy.
Yep.
So yeah, some good stuff next week. Our Marvel books are already here in the store now, but we haven't unpacked them yet. So you should go run and grab one of those 2 years in real quick just to see.
Yeah, it's so shipping schedules may be weird next week. Like we're expecting to maybe not get our DC stuff until we'll have it in time, but usually we get a little bit early. So it's going to be a little crunch time for us reading everything before we do our Monday show, but it's all good because if that's the biggest problem we have, then we don't have it too bad.
It's a much lighter DC week next week than this week. So my pulls right here, I just bought my pulls for the weekend. Single issues are all DC.
Oh, for you?
Yeah, for me. For this week, I didn't plan it that way. It just worked out that way. I don't have any Marvel books this week. I don't have any Image or Dark Horse.
You
or
didn't
anything.
get Skinbreaker?
I'm waiting for trade.
Oh, okay. I got Skinbreaker and I got Black Cat. Yeah, those are. Oh, and Star Wars Boba Fett, Black, White, and Red. Those are my only non-DC books. Yeah. And then I got some collected editions of stuff.
Yeah, collected editions are different, but yeah, my single issues are DC only. So yeah, and it's like 9 or 10 of them. So it just kind of played out that way. Selena, I was with friends the whole day. Very cool. I adored KO so much. Very nice. Yeah, I'm loving KO. And yes, Easy Reader, thank you for jogging my memory. So yeah, Martin X, Charlie 27, Advance Astro. So that's and they were in the movies, Sylvester Stallone,
not
and all those
super
guys.
Recognizable. Right. I do like Vance Astro. I would like to see Vance Astro be used in a movie. Is
Mr. Miracle now considered the High Father in New Gods? Did you read number 12?
I haven't read it yet.
Oh, well, then we won't talk about that. I don't know. More to come. Have you seen Scott Snyder talking about bringing Witches back with a volume 2 after working with a Jock? I haven't seen that.
I would be surprised. I mean, and the TV show is real, like it's already shot, I think, or something. Yeah. Like it's very close to coming out. So I would not be surprised if with the, once the show is about to kick off, that they kind of coincide it with a volume 2 of Witches. Witches is very unique. When it came out, the only real Scott Snyder thing I had read is his Batman and maybe a little bit of American Vampire. And then Witches came out and it was this completely different feeling.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to watching that. It's a live action?
Yeah.
Okay. Because we have the Grimm series, the animated series coming from Netflix. That's really cool. But yeah, I need to go back and reread Witches. I don't remember a lot about it. I do remember liking it a lot though. And yeah, watching that. I mean, it's Scott Snyder. I'll partake of anything he is involved in for sure. How do you feel about Dynamite adding sketch covers in their latest blind bags? I picked up Dynamite Blood Red variant, which was kind of bummed to see every bag comes with a sketch.
Like a blank sketch. I mean, if it came with a real sketch, that'd be cool.
Oh, you're talking about like a blank sketch cover? Ooh,
yeah. So I do feel like we just saw a Kickstarter for those Dynamite doing it, where it's like you could get any of these previous incentive covers, and it's like, is this your way of unloading a bunch of stuff that didn't sell? I feel like some of the companies maybe went a little hard with variants and now they're looking for ways of repackaging them.
Well, I kind of felt like that with the Image holiday thing that we talked about on last Comics from the Future, because they're like, it's going to be at least a 1 in 25, and I'm like, well, then how do you have all these? So I feel like maybe that's the case too. I'm not a super humongous fan of the blind bag thing. It was fun with Battle Beast. But I like to know what cover I'm getting. I like to be in control of my covers. And I've heard some people sort of bemoan blind bags. That it's like, oh, it's a scam, and it's like, oh, you don't even know what cover you're getting. But you have the choice to not.
Of Pokemon cards.
Yeah, right, exactly. I saw one YouTube channel where he was really going hard. It's like, oh, and blind bags, Marvel's doing them with. Daredevil #1, but you don't know which cover you're going to get. I'm like, well, you don't have to buy the blind bag.
Yeah,
if you don't want to,
only one.
Yeah, if you don't want to take that risk, then just don't buy the blind bag. It's not that big a deal. I don't care for them, so I don't usually buy them. But what people like, some people like to
it's
gamble
really hard because Battle Beast did it so well. They did kind of the best version of it, where it's like it is the same price as the A cover.
Mm-hmm.
What you get is unique to, it could be one of the variants. It could be something better. It could be even a mystery thing. They kind of had it all there. When it suddenly starts getting to, this is $15, but you could get a cover you could get for $3 is like, I don't necessarily love that. If they do a blind bag, I want it to have a purpose.
Yeah.
Why did you do this for this issue? Is it a #1? Is it something big? It doesn't need to be for every book. It doesn't need to be, just another way of repackaging the same covers I could have ordered by myself.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't mind seeing, if everybody wants to do blind bags, make the covers like maybe there's like special variants that you can only get in the blind
That's
bags,
what I think is the really only way you could do it now that would feel like you aren't being cheated out of your money.
Yeah.
Make it the same price as the A cover.
Same price, yeah.
And give stuff that you couldn't get otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just not the biggest fan. I don't think I've bought a blind bag since the Battle Beast stuff. And that was just fun because like you said, they were $4, and plus there was a chance to get #2, which we had read that anyway, but having the actual book, or I was hoping to get the reprint of the Marvel Team Up, which I was able to get. So that was cool. So they made it fun. I feel like Marvel especially, they were like, hey, they just made a bunch of money. Let's do the same thing without they did it like for the money, but they didn't put the heart into it, or they didn't put the creativity into it,
We'll have to see with Ultimate Endgame. I know that there's a chance that you can get an original sketch by like A-tier artists, which is awesome. Now the odds of you getting those, I feel like, are near impossible.
You'll
I would love to hear from people who do get those. Because then totally worth it if you get that. But how are the ones that maybe aren't that?
Yeah.
Are you going to be satisfied with that? I don't know. I got one of the DCKO #1 blind bags. I had some extra store credit. I was like, I'll roll the dice and get it. And I got a cover. It's like, this is cool.
Well, which one was it?
It was, I don't even remember the artist. It had like the Earth and then Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman.
Was it one of the ones that were open order?
Yeah, but they were the foil version.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So blind bags aren't my favorite thing, but I don't mind that they exist though, because I have the choice to not buy them.
Yeah.
If that was the only thing you could do, then I would be pretty peeved with that, I guess. But as long as there's an alternative to that, then if they want to do that, it's fine. I'll just not buy them, and they'll. I lived through the 90s when we had chromium covers and embossed covers and foil covers and hologram covers and polybag with cards. I've already been through the gimmick cover craze, so this isn't anything new to me, but I'm a little bit more frugal now with, when I was a kid, I was like, oh my gosh, foil embossed, I gotta have that, or Superman 75 in the polybag, I gotta buy 2,
I gotta get this headstone of Spider-Man that is illegible when I look at it.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Although if they didn't change the price of it, but they came with a trading card, I don't know. I like the trading cards polybagged in a thing, but also I don't love the polybag. So
yeah. Let's see. I like this one. What current comic run are you most thankful for? I am most thankful for. It feels like it's too easy to say Absolute Batman and also like the main Superman title, but I love those books. Every day that it's an Absolute Batman day, it's like, oh my gosh, this is the best day of the month.
I will say, I am thankful because I never really thought we'd get it. Is Battle Beast, and now that they brought Capes back, for a time, especially when Walking Dead was, going into the stratosphere, and Invincible was, this little book that more people did not know about. Even when Invincible ended, we had 4 years without anything, and it just felt like I love that series, and now it's over, and it feels like it's not really, it's one of the ones that's people are gonna recommend, but it's never gonna really have a resurgence. So that it's had a resurgence, and especially now that we have Battle Beast and Capes, and hopefully more Invincible universe titles at some point. I'm very thankful that people have found that again and are enjoying it.
I would agree with that too, because my son's a nerd. He's video games and anime and stuff. He reads a bunch of manga, but not so much like my comics.
Yeah.
And he watched Invincible and just became obsessed with it. Read all 3 of my compendiums for the whole series in the span of a weekend, maybe a little bit more than a weekend. Read the whole thing. And I'm only halfway through the second one, right? And then Absolute Batman, he did the same thing. But that one, he's like, I've heard a lot about Absolute Batman. I want to read it. So he read all the first 12 issues at the time on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And then now, I told him on Friday, we had our books for this week. I was like, hey, I've got Absolute Batman in the car. And he's like, oh, I'm going to read it. This was at the football game. He's like, I'm going to read it as soon as I get home. And he did, And so I'm thankful for those, because it's opened up my son's horizons into the things that I really love, So I think that's really cool. Red Coat is awesome. I haven't read Red Coat in a while, but I like the premise.
I just finished. So I was buying Red Coat issue by issue, and I got so far behind that I'm like, I'm just going to get the trades of it. So I got the trades of volume 1 and 2, and I just finished volume 1, and I remembered a lot of it, but reading it all together, I really like Red Coat. That's definitely one of my favorite series right now, because I love the historical aspect of it. And it just has that fun Jeff Johns bounciness to it that I always enjoy.
I'm enjoying Assorted Crisis Events. So I read the first volume, I guess, the first 5 or so, and really cool, very unique. I haven't really read anything like that, I don't think. But I'm also not smart enough for that kind of stuff. So some of them are like, what is going on? But I love the creativity. The last one I read, I think it was number 5, that was like the loops and everything was a loop, and like the creativity, and things like Ice Cream Man. Like I love books like that. Even if I don't understand it, I love the creativity, the imagination that goes into that kind of stuff. That stuff is awesome. Red Coat announcement about show. Is there
it's going to be a show, and people are surprised that it's going to be a show before like Geiger is.
Yeah.
But Red Coat is a way more affordable show to make than Geiger.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So I kind of get that, but maybe that will open the door for the whole Ghost Machine universe to be adapted.
I had not heard that, so that's awesome. I'll watch it for sure. Red Coat's great. I'm not the hugest fan of Brian Hitch's artwork. That's just he's a great artist, but that's just a personal taste.
Yeah.
His artwork doesn't quite do it for me the way like some other stuff does. I like mine to be a little bit more my artwork to be a little bit more stylized and a little bit less, like, I don't want to say photorealistic, but his figures and his artwork looks very realistic, and I like mine to be a little bit more out there. I'm surprised Marvel and DC aren't writing books for the manga audience.
They've tried it. DC had the Superman versus Messi and the Joker. Where Joker's raising a baby Bruce Wayne,
and then the actual sort of the only serious one was the Superman or the Batman Justice Buster. I think that's the only one I didn't read, but that looks awesome.
Yeah, so they definitely dipped into it, and those sold pretty well. But I feel like they started it, and then they maybe didn't follow up on it with more. And they picked very strange ones to begin with. I would have thought they would maybe have gone with a more shonen style or something. I read the first volume of the Superman where he's going around and eating is fun, but it's I don't know how many volumes of this I could read.
Right.
And then the Joker one with the baby Bruce Wayne is pretty fun. I felt like that one maybe had the most legs to it. But yeah, it was I enjoyed it, but I wish they kept going, so maybe we could finally like hit the nail on the head of like, oh, this is the one that takes off.
Well, and Selena on TikTok says Deadpool Samurai was pretty good. And yeah, so I was going to say, like, we have Deadpool Samurai. There's been a couple of Spider-Man.
Yeah, there's that really thick Spider-Man one. It was like maybe Spider-Man Red or something like that came out, I guess, early this year.
Well, no, I think it was last year. I bought that in the Target that we stopped at when we went to Toylanta. So I bought that one. But there's another Spider-Man one that came out recently that I got. So there are some.
There's the one where Doc Ock gets turned into a little girl. That one's pretty recent. That was in the last couple of months that one came out. So they definitely try to hit that market. Now, how successful they are,
well, I think what I feel like is too, and it's, those are like actual like manga, but I feel like they are. I feel like the compact comics is their way to try to sort of dip their toe into the manga waters too, with the digest size and things like that. So, yeah, I mean, I agree with you that, it seems like they would be doing more, but I feel like they have tried a couple of different things, actual manga or books that look like they might be manga, but they're not. They're just smaller,
What if we got like a manga adaptation of like Secret Wars? I'd like a manga artist coming on there to do, and, you can edit it around a little bit, but I think it'd be really cool. Like, we've got those, you don't need to necessarily like try and be like, this is Spider-Man, but this one, he's got a mechanical sidekick, or, do like some very classic stories, do Kraven's Last Hunt, but like, it looks like Death Note or something,
I'd read
because those stories are already proven. I think that would be really cool.
Didn't Deadpool Samurai 3 come out? I'm not sure.
I've got volume 1 and 2, but I haven't read either of them yet. But
I only have the first one. I haven't read it yet. Ultimate X-Men by Peach Momoko has been nice, though. I don't know if it should be classified as manga. She's a bit of an enigma. I don't. So Selena on TikTok, I know she loves Ultimate X-Men. I don't like Ultimate X-Men, but a lot of people do. And I feel like if any like mainstream Western book could fall into that manga bucket, I feel like it's probably that one.
Yeah, and I think I would like Ultimate X-Men more if it just resembled X-Men a little bit more.
Yeah.
I like Peach Momoko's art, but I just feel like I have such a hard time grasping the story. It has nothing to do with like Peach Momoko or anything like that. It's just I've tried reading the story and I really can't make heads or tails of a lot of it.
Yeah.
Maybe once it's all done and I could read it like straight through, but as it stands, that's not my favorite.
Not my favorite. Everybody's got their own taste, though. I like this question. Do you think we'll see Absolute Zod or Absolute Doomsday in Absolute Superman? Sky's the limit. I think we could see both of those things one day for sure, especially Zod, right? Because, I mean, I still think that with Absolute Superman, we saw, young Kal-El, not baby, but young Kal-El escape the planet to Earth, but we saw a bunch of other Kryptonians in the ship too, and we don't know which ones, if any, survive. So I do think that there is the potential for other Kryptonians to pop up at some point, and Zod could very well be one of those. I don't know for sure, but I think it's possible.
I definitely think like Absolute Doomsday would maybe be a big like almost like event within Absolute Superman.
Well, I think that would be like that could be the Absolute Superman. That could be Absolute Superman's Abomination story arc with Absolute Bane, right? That could be that could be the equivalent.
I absolutely think we're gonna see all our recognizable characters in one way or another
at some point.
But what form will they even look like? The characters that we know, maybe not.
Yeah.
But I do think Zod is a great one. We've already got Brainiac. I want to see like, do we get Mr. Mxyzptlk in absolute form? I don't know, but that's what I love about it is I want to see what it looks like.
Yeah, because I love Absolute Superman too. This is a good question for you. Any new drawing projects in 2026?
I'm drawing this little Spider-Man right now on this sticky note, and I drew. What if Humberto Ramos drew the original Ultimate Spider-Man, and the other day I drew this little black cat. So like I am swamped with work right now. No, I do have it feels like such a cop-out to be like, I've got a lot of buns in the oven.
Irons in the fire.
Yeah. But right now I think I talked about it on something else or maybe another live show. Like right now, the way like the business end of the comic industry works is we're going into the holidays. There's not a whole lot of like, pitching projects and getting stuff rolling at this point because everyone's, so busy and they've got stuff going on. Usually early in the years when stuff starts. That's why stuff that you're going to see in summer and even fall is starting to like come together in early part of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when stuff really starts rolling. I do have December 9th is when the Young Jedi Adventures hardcover comes out. I'm excited about that because it does have a bonus story that nobody's seen yet that I had a lot of fun working on. What the future of me working on Star Wars is who knows? You'll have to wait and see. But I've also got some creator-owned stuff that I'm really excited about, and I think it's going to be really cool going into next year.
And they're all going to be on sticky notes.
And they're on sticky
You're
notes.
working on it right now.
Is there any other way of doing it?
It's the Duganverse.
These are just panels. These are
right.
you want Spider-Man to talk to Black Cat, you just put them next to each other. Like why is this so hard?
Actually, that could, you draw a bunch of those and then you can rearrange them and make your own story. You can have whoever talk to whoever else.
And they're going to be really complex and deep stories that way.
Oh wow, that's our new $1 million idea right there. We just had it. Nobody steal that. Selena says that she adored the latest Kryptonite Spectrum, Superman Kryptonite Spectrum. That was the one
that wasn't the last issue, was it?
No, there's still one more to go. That was the one. Selena, which one was that? Where he is that the one where he's a kid?
No, the last one was it's the one that looked like an old giant size 80-page thing.
Well, yeah, the last one, that the most recent one was the one with Mrs. Piddly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was trippy. That's another one of those very creative books. Well, I mentioned Ice Cream Man, of course, that's the same team. Yeah, those guys can just do anything. The Ice Cream Man, I forgot the name, but the card set, like that thing was really cool. And I saw somebody comment, I think on the video that I posted about it, where like, it was like, oh, it's kind of a dumb story, but I mean, it's cool that it's cards, I guess, but the story wasn't anything to write home about. And I'm like, dude, it's like it's told on a series of cards, and you sort of have to, and it actually puts you into the story because one of the characters is looking at a business card for a divorce lawyer, and one of the cards is that. So I feel like that kind of stuff like helped pull you into the story. I thought it was phenomenal.
Yeah, I hope we see more. I don't want everything to be like that, but next year I hope we get more. Trying out different stuff and doing. I think with like Assorted Crisis events and the Ice Cream Man cards and stuff, you're seeing people play with the medium in a new and unique way that I think keeps comics fresh and exciting. So I hope we get more of that. Also, we've got some new publishers. I don't know why I'm talking about stuff for next year, but I can't wait to see what's coming up with like Ignition Press and everything.
Don't sleep on the Ignition Press books, guys. Those things are awesome. This is interesting. So you said that Superman and Spider-Man are Marvel and DC's business characters. I think you're wrong. Batman and Wolverine are bigger. I will agree to think about Batman versus Superman of who's bigger, but there's no way Wolverine is I guess. And I don't know what you mean by bigger. Like just I guess more widely known and more popular and sales and stuff. No, Spider-Man is 100% Marvel's biggest character. If
you think about kind of what is it seeping into the out of the comic book store and into the world, I can go to Walmart right now and find Spider-Man wrapping paper.
Yes.
I cannot find Wolverine wrapping paper with that. You've got Spidey and His Amazing Friends on Disney Plus. There's no Wolverine and His Amazing Friends. Spider-Man is Marvel's number one character above even Iron Man, above I think you could above Hulk. Spider-Man is so malleable, can be used for all ages. One, I think it's because he wears a mask. He can be interpreted. People can relate to him. They can do so much, and he's such a versatile character that Wolverine is a little bit too violent to permeate kind of a younger demographic. I know there's been younger versions of him, but in general, Spider-Man, you think of the birthday, I could go to a store and find the Spider-Man birthday section.
Yeah.
That is all Spider-Man. There's not a Wolverine one of those. Think about, individual video games. Spider-Man has had way more that are just Spider-Man and not, Wolverines have always been tied to a movie or something. Spider-Man games go back, and until Atari had its own thing. So, yes, I would say, I think if you talk about significance of character, I think Superman and Batman is a more interesting discussion because I think Superman is a more important character to comics,
the history of comics,
has done more for all comics. Batman was, they said, give us another Superman, and you got Batman. Like that's, the formation of Batman is based on Superman. But if you're talking about like just now significance, Batman is definitely wider.
Yeah, comic sales and merchandise and movies and stuff. Yeah, Batman is, I'm sure, the bigger character. I always try to think like who's more recognizable around the world, Superman or Batman. I'm not real sure. I kind of feel like maybe Superman is.
I think the Superman
that red cape,
emblem is really recognizable. But I also think around the world, if you were to go to people who have less media, all of that, but you show them Spider-Man's face, they know Spider-Man. They know Mickey Mouse, and they know Santa. Those are like the, I think, the most iconic things ever.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of divorce, have you all heard of Crossfire from Graham Barrett? I have not. Is that a comic? Like maybe a new comic or a new graphic novel or indie comic? I haven't heard of that. Yeah, Batman has like 10 different books. Yeah. Not as many as there used to be, though, right? I mean, he's got, I know there's a bunch, but right. I mean, used to, I think like, that's what I always said about the dawn of DC in January 2023 is that DC finally took some of the eggs out of the Batman basket. Because before that, it was just all Batman all the time. And they took some of the eggs out and put some more eggs into the Superman basket, dropped a couple in the Green Lantern basket and stuff like that. But there for a while, it really was just all Batman.
They did learn the most kind of important lesson is the, all the books will do bad. You think, oh, Batman is our top selling, so let's just like pile on Batman stuff. It's like, no, you want everything to rise instead of just Batman. And the more you put in the Batman basket, the more diluted it gets, the less, some people just don't want to read a Batman book.
Yeah.
But now that they've diversified into kind of, the whole Justice League, I think that's one of the reasons why DC's doing so well right now is because they're giving many characters the same attention they would have just given Batman.
Yeah. It's a comic from the creator of A Divorced Dad's TCG. The guy has a super funny, weird YouTube channel. No, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't heard of that. I'll have to check that out. Wow. Well, we've only got a few minutes left, but we wanted to thank you guys just for always hanging out with us. What?
I didn't.
You don't want to do that?
No.
Oh, I want to thank you anyway for hanging out with us. For I know some folks have bought from our store and have left good feedback and stuff. So thank you very much for that. Thank you for always watching our videos these videos every other week or our videos that we post throughout the week, because again, we just want to get good information out there. Whether you buy from us or not, that's not really what our videos are about. We just want to help people get information, help them figure out what books to buy and when to buy them and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, and when we started any of these videos years and years ago, it was to be a very positive, like pro comic space, because it is, we talk about it periodically. It is very easy to make a video, put a big red X on a face of a character.
You have to put like the glowing red eyes and the screaming face.
And then like us on there being like,
Yeah, right.
and be like, these are the top books not to buy this week. We never want to be that because, like we said, there's a book out there for everybody. If it's not our taste, it's probably somebody else's taste. And that does not benefit the comic community, the comic reading community. So, you know, we are always honest on here about our thoughts about things. We may, you know, not enjoy something, but we'll try to find something in it that we like, or we can recommend it towards somebody. But I'm very thankful that we have cultivated an audience on here. You know, even though nerd culture is huge now, it's still a very niche thing, and that every person that watches this is very important to us.
Absolutely.
And that they've found that, you know, we are a positive place about comics and to talk about comics, and we're not just crapping on comics. So I'm grateful for everyone who has, you know, mirrors that sentimentality for us and is on here.
Yeah, so, you know, we just wanted to, since tomorrow's Thanksgiving, we just wanted to extend that thank you to you guys just for the positivity you guys bring and the good conversation like we just had today.
Everyone check under your chairs. There's a raw turkey.
That's right. You have to cook it though. Sorry. But that's the only stipulation. That's the trade-off. You know, it's like, hey, you get a free turkey, but you have to cook it. And you have to do it.
Some are still alive.
Yeah.
We couldn't quite manage.
Some are frozen solid, and that you do not have time to defrost them by tomorrow. But yeah, we're gonna get out of here and go close down the store. I hope everybody has a fantastic Thanksgiving. I hope you have good food, good times with good friends and family. Get a little bit of rest as well. You know, be careful if you're going out shopping on Black Friday the next day. I'll be here doing some shopping myself because we got some good deals here. And that's actually something we should mention real quick too, is Black Friday on the website. If you're not local, you can actually get a $50 gift card for $40 up to $5. And I'm going to partake of that deal and then just use that later. Right. So I did that last year too, I think. So that deal is on the website as well. I think if you use the code Black Friday at checkout, that's where you can get that deal. I'm not sure if there's anything else on the website or not, but I know that's like one of the big things. And if you are local, you come in the store, you actually get a gift card, a $10 gift card if you spend $100 in some different categories like pre-owned graphic novels or games or something like that. We'll probably have a flyer, but some good Black Friday deals.
Yeah, and for everyone who watches and is not in the U.S. and doesn't partake in Thanksgiving, happy November the 27th.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Even though I know Black Friday is celebrated worldwide, even though it's not the day after Thanksgiving in some places. But be good and have fun with all that.
Yes, have a great have a great day, have a great weekend. And we'll be back on Friday with our Comics from the Future video. We'll have preview videos next Monday, all the things. And again, have a great Thanksgiving. And
meow.
Have a great Thanksgiving, see? And we will see you guys on Friday.
From me and the cat gangster. Meow, see?
All right, we'll see you guys later.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.